The new leader of the Conservative Party is Rishi Sunak.
History has been made in Britain. Rishi Sunak becomes the new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
Rishi Sunak. Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak.
Rishi Sunak, Rishi Sunak, Rishi Sunak. He's on everybody's mind.
On the day of Diwali in India, we witnessed Rishi Sunak becoming the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. On this, many Indians were celebrating as if we have conquered Britain.
अब देखियो वीजे लगेंगे धड़ाधड़। भाई सुनने में आया बकिंगम पैलेस में ना इंडियंस के लिए नीचे गद्दे बिछा देंगे, वहीं पे रहो।
This his victory as the Prime Minister of the Great Britain, not so Great Britain, has raised some questions in the Indian context. For example, Shashi Tharoor, the MP of the Parliament, he has stated that as we Indians celebrate the ascent of Rishi Sunak, let's honestly ask, can it happen here? On this, many people came out saying that how can you say that? This is inappropriate question. India has seen many people of minority community becoming the presidents, the chief justices, even the prime minister was Sikh. How can you say this? But many people of the Hindu community don't see Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, etc. as apart from the Hindu community. They are kind of within the Indian religions. And the post of president and chief justice, it is not as powerful as the post of the prime minister. So there is a difference between them. So the question I would like to put here is that can a person of minority community, especially the Muslims and Christians, become the Prime Minister of India? And apart from the religious minorities are from other measurements, you can see that. But can a minority, in simple words, can a minority person become the Prime Minister of India? Can a person from those communities hold the highest powerful office in the country?
I trust that this question is indicative of the fact that no one can ever become the Prime Minister of India who is belonging from a minority community. And I understand from where this question is coming, the question that I think that Tharoor was trying to say that whether any person who is belonging from Muslim community, especially in the present times, can go on to become the Prime Minister of India. The answer is that I should say we have to stop asking these questions to have a Prime Minister who is belonging from a minority community, namely Muslim community, Christian community, Jewish community. Because it's all in the mind, because I believe that we have ingrained an idea in our mind that from 2014 onwards, India has become an unsecular country and therefore India cannot have any person at the top position who is belonging from the Muslim community or from the Christian community. So I trust...
No, the thing is that all the major parties, if you see, nobody you will see that is originating from any minority community. For example, the BJP, which is in power, you won't see any person of Christian religion or Muslim religion coming at the top helm of the BJP in anywhere, in any sphere of the top people of the party. That is the same case with almost every party.
In India, we are having the right to speak. Any person belonging from any community can take a tool and can stand on that particular place and can speak out. So the thing is that whether BJP, I don't know the facts very clearly that whether our cabinet is having any minister from the minority or not. So the point is something, the point is this, that every question we ask necessarily emanate from a particular perception that we nourish and we cherish in our mind. Now this question is coming that whether any person can be the Prime Minister of India who is belonging from the Muslim community or not. I should say that yes, a person can become. I would like to give you the example of the Kashmir. If I ask you the question that why Kashmir did not have any Hindu chief minister,
There was a game of majority.
why it is still impossible, for a Hindu to get elected from Hyderabad to the parliament. Now there is no doubt that always the game of majority will prevail, but it is not, I think it will be an incorrect statement to the constitution as well as to the perception of our society that no person who is belonging from the Muslim community or Christian community cannot become the Prime Minister. If you see the figure of Netaji, that person was respected by all the people across the boards. Why? Because he was having that stature, he was having that figure. So what I am trying to say, that we are not getting leaders who can belong to us. We are getting those leaders who are belonging to a particular class. There is a difference between us and class.
Yes, you stated it correctly that leaders nowadays are representing a particular class. For example, somebody is representing the Dalits, somebody is representing the Hindus, somebody is representing the Muslims. So they have chosen their core voters and they are only worshipping them only. But apart from the question of religion, I may say that two areas in the country are kind of the neglected ones is the southern states of India and the east, especially the northeastern states. So, can it happen that a person from these states can be chosen, like even if they have not decided in prior who will be the prime minister candidate, but can it happen that a person from the southern states or the eastern or northeastern states become the prime minister of India?
I know there have been prime ministers in India who come from the southern states, but I meant to say there that can there be a time in India where the public will choose a person from the southern states or from the northeastern states to become the prime minister by popular vote, not by a party choosing a person to become the prime ministerial candidate, which happened in the earlier cases where Narasimha Rao, H.D. Devegowda, etc. became the prime minister. They had been chosen by the party, not by popular vote.
Because these are not the places who which have the majority number of seats representing the parliament.
Now it is also important for us to understand that UP is a North Indian state, I believe, if I am not wrong. Now UP is having 80 seats in the parliament, 80 or 75 or 80 seats in the parliament. Now there is no doubt that the leader of the UP state will be much respected in the parliament, because if a political party finds that the UP state is giving us 80 seats and a particular leader of the UP state can grant us 70 to 75 seats, it is quite understandable that that political party will project that leader only. But in case of Kerala, in case of other states, in the case of the states who are at the south of India, and the states who are at the east of India, we are been able to see that they are not commanding that population, and therefore they are not having that much seats in the parliament. So therefore, the Indian politics, it has been said that if you have to go to Delhi, you have to go through the road of UP to the Delhi.
Yes, it is said that दिल्ली का रास्ता लखनऊ होके जाता है.
It is said that so the point is this. So the point I am trying to make here is this, that the domination of the northern states of India is not surprising, and it is logically correct because they are comprising the whole of India. Perhaps the most number of people are living in that state. So therefore, we have to consider this fact that the domination of the northern Indian politics will go on and will go on. But leader, someone like Subhash Chandra Bose, who commanded respect across the board, I think we are running out of leaders who can belong to us. I think I came back to my last point. I have to come back to my last point that we must be having some leaders who will be belonging to us, but not to a particular class.
No, for example, I would like to give an example. Like this thing was a big point of debate in the UK when Sunak became the Prime Minister of the UK. That he is of Indian origin. He is like a caller on a radio show. He said that this guy is not even British. He is Indian. He is not white. So this thing has some example in India too, where in 2004 general elections, Congress party with their UPA gained the public support and they formed the government. But there was a question who will become the prime minister. And it was very much confirmed that Sonia Gandhi, being the leader of the party, she will be the prime minister of India. But the BJP and some people in the of the crowd of the people among the people, they pointed this out that she is of foreign origin. How can she be the prime minister of India? Even Sushma Swaraj said that I will shave off my head, I will wear a white sari, I will live like a Hindu widow. So eventually she didn't become the prime minister of India. As far as I think, my thinking goes that I don't feel that a person who is originating from a foreign country, whether she or she is born in India or not, but the person who has a foreign origin may not get a chance, or if gets a chance, may not get the public support to become the prime minister of India. Even because Sonia Gandhi was a very popular person in India at that time. The people voted, many people voted for the Congress party because of the Gandhi family, because of Sonia Gandhi. So what do you think of it?
Now, Siddhant, I think one thing. Sunak may be of Indian origin, but if you try to analyze his upbringing, you will find that he has done everything in England. Everything in England. His accent, his dressing sense, his approach, all are having the color of British. And mind you, Sunak has become the Prime Minister of England in a time when England is in deep economic crisis. They need someone who will be able to take important, vibrant financial measures. So therefore, you must note this point that at the first instance, Sunak failed to become the Prime Minister. Thereafter, when England needed him, England chose him. So the point I am trying to make is this, that you please note this point. Some people are saying that as the British has chosen Sunak of Indian origin to become the Prime Minister of England, I must say to them that Sunak is not an Indian by design and by definition. By biology, it may be. Second point, the British has done nothing great, has not paid the debts by appointing him as the Prime Minister. Because he was been appointed and he has been appointed the Prime Minister because England needs him. So let us clear the doubts.
No, the main point that I was pointing that many people in India are rejoicing that Sunak has become the prime minister and all those things. But if such a situation comes in India where there is a situation that a foreign person of a foreign origin needs to become the prime minister of India, will those people be as accepting as they are rejoicing there?
Now you see one thing, the Conservative Party has chosen Sonak to be the Prime Minister, and they have chosen out of compulsion but not out of options. Now you are asking me a question which I believe that an astrologer can very well answer, but I can make a small comment, and the small comment would be, I can tell you that if you are given with no option, if you are given with no option, but only one option and one choice, you have to choose that. Now you know that our people don't choose our prime minister. It is the political party who commands majority. That political party chooses the prime minister. So what I am trying to say that the prime ministership is not in our hands, because yes, I concede this fact that there is a substantial bearing in the minds of the people if a political party declares its prime ministerial candidate. I know that. But you never know that if there is a financial emergency in the country and there is a person who is belonging from the Christian community and that person understands economics better than anybody, that person may become the prime minister if that person is in politics.
No, such a person, I am of the thinking that such a person may be appointed as the finance minister or a finance secretary or something. But in the case of becoming the prime minister, the people of India have this sense that if we choose a person, or if the parties even they choose a person of foreign origin, for example, to become the prime minister, then there is a feeling that we have fought for so many years to gain independence from the foreigners, and now we will not become the slaves of the foreigners again. That he is of foreign origin, we should not let him become the prime minister.
No, it is not about the slaves. No, it is, I think I told you at the very outset that it is all in the mind. You just tell me one thing. There have been many people who have been chosen in the parliament, but they have belonged to the Christian community. There is no doubt about that.
No, a person becoming an MP or a CGI
No,
or
no,
a
a person
president,
becoming
that is
different
not.
thing. To
But the
become the
real
prime
power
minister,
stays with the prime minister. So the
of
people have
course,
questions about
I
the
admit.
person becoming the prime minister.
Of course. You just tell me one thing. When a person is chosen as an MP, that person has to go through the politicization. That person has to associate with the people if that person has been chosen from the Lok Sabha. Now the point is, if any person from Rajya Sabha goes on to become the prime minister of the country, as it has become in the past also, my question is, I ask this question to myself, that why a political party will choose an MP at Rajya Sabha who will be of no help to that political party? The first question I ask to myself. I can find that the intellectual corpus of the Rajya Sabha is more fertile than that of Lok Sabha, because educated people are being nominated at Rajya Sabha. So therefore the point is that the moment a government commands majority in the parliament, the public has nothing to do. The only thing that can be done by the opposition by moving a no confidence motion. Then why you are asking this question that we are going to become the slaves of a foreigner if a person of foreign origin goes on to become the prime minister of the country? Because if that person has been chosen from Lok Sabha, then it is already abundantly clear that that person has been accepted by a constituency. Secondly, if a person, assuming that if a person is been chosen from Rajya Sabha to go on to become the prime minister of the country, then it is true that that person is been chosen by the representatives of the people. So there is, in the first case, there is an explicit consent of the people, and in the second case, there is an implicit consent of the people. So there is no denying of this fact that we are not choosing a prime minister who is of foreign origin. The moment a person is an Indian citizen.
Let me put my question in a different way. Like for example, in 2014, we saw Narendra Modi becoming the prime minister of India. Is it wrong to say that the people chose him to become the prime minister of India? Because he didn't become prime minister only because of the party chose him, but it was because the public was supporting him. That yes, you go, man. We are with you. You shall become the prime minister. We are fed up with the Congress party. So there was a public support with the Narendra Modi with Narendra Modi. The public, many people who are not seeing that whether BJP is coming or not. Because many people were skeptic that BJP is a right-wing party, how will be the situation with Muslims, etc. But many people, even after that, voted for BJP because they were fed up with the Congress party. So they thought, no, Modi has a different vision. We shall vote for him. So there, actually, I will say the public actually voted for Modi. So in such a situation, public may not vote. But if a situation arises where the party has itself to choose, their public opinion shall may not be the same as it was with Modi case.
You see one thing. Do you subscribe this fact that a independent person can ever go on to become the Prime Minister of India? Means a person who is belonging from no political party, but that person has owned a seat.
No, I don't think.
The point is, Narendra Modi, I am not denying the fact that people still in the state election vote by seeing the face of Narendra Modi. When they go on to vote the BJP, they see the face of Narendra Modi. But mind you, who projects Narendra Modi? Suppose you are a great doctor, but you need a platform. You need a platform which is crowded with people, which is having cameraman, which is having makeup man, which is having hell lot of people. So Narendra Modi is having that charismatic character. I am not denying the fact, but also try to appreciate the platform from where Narendra Modi is singing his song. Narendra Modi at the end of the day is quoting Savarkar. He is quoting Gita. He is quoting scriptures. And I believe that those scriptures are not written by him. So he is taking inspiration from a particular ideology. And that ideology is popularized not by only Narendra Modi. It is popularized by the Mahashava, by the Hindus. Whether wrong, whether right, it does not matter. The point I am trying to make, you as a singular person cannot do anything in a democracy. Yes, please.
No, like for example, in the case of Arvind Kejriwal, he went on to become the CM of Delhi because he had gained mass support with the Anna movement. So he brought up a party from the scratch. So in that case, it was not the party who made Arvind Kejriwal. It was Arvind Kejriwal who made the party. So there the public was in total support of him. So there the public is accepting that this guy will become the CM. So I will be supporting him. But in a different case where the party is choosing a person, there the party has has their say that who will become the person. But I am saying that if such a situation where a party is choosing, the party is choosing a person as a prime ministerial candidate. Achha, this person will be the prime minister. What will be the public's reaction to that? Because I don't see the public reacting in a favorable manner if a person of foreign origin becomes a prime minister.
Siddhant, you are missing this very sharp point that Kejriwal has become the chief minister of Delhi by projecting the ideology of Anna Hazare and the ideology of anti-corruption. Therefore, Kejriwal was being provided the platform by Anna Hazare. Kejriwal, when he joined Anna Hazare, he very categorically made a public statement to the effect that I don't want to join politics. Politics is dirty. He was an IRS officer working as a government servant. The point is that the platform was provided by Anna Hazare, and that man is now languishing. That man who created an uproar in the mind of the public, that man is now languishing. So the point is this, without any platform, you cannot sing. Kishore Kumar has become Kishore Kumar because RD was with him. I am not denying the caliber of Kishore Kumar, but you need a platform. And
No,
that
I'm
platform
saying
can only be.
I'm saying that yes, you need a platform, but
Who
if the
have who
platform,
has provided platform to Mamata Banerjee? You see one thing, Trinamool Congress has been formed out of the Congress party. People popularize that Didi has made a party. Yes, Didi has made a party, but that party has born due to the intercourse between Didi and Congress. And I very carefully use the word intercourse between Didi and Congress. So you need a platform.
I am saying that yes, you need a platform, but if a platform is choosing you, that acha, you will be the prime minister, if and that person is having a foreign origin, the public reaction will not be positive.
You see one thing, if I am a Christian, if I have to gain the vote of the Hindus,
No,
acha,
not just about
first
Christian
of
or Muslim. I'm
all,
saying a person of foreign origin.
you will find, acha, okay, that our constitution does not provide for any separate electorate. But my question is then why in the Muslim majority area all the parties nominate Muslim candidates?
Because I think that this person will be chosen.
So we are having a de facto separate electorate. So that's the point. Yes. You see one thing. Suppose I am a foreigner. Sonia Gandhi has not gained that support by just coming to India. She has to change her dress. She has to learn Hindi. She has to appear as an Indian. So this process of conversion from Italian to Indian, if a person is been able to successfully do that, that person can become, and I tell you one thing, there comes the secular card, the visiting card of secularism. I am a foreigner. I am having my origins in the foreign country. But I am your people. Now you tell me one thing. You say that Barack Obama had become the president of the America despite being black. If it is so, I submit that Barack Obama had to change himself from black to white, because if you try to analyze his speech that he made before becoming the president, he appealed to the people that I am you. He appealed to the white people that I am you. Don't distinguish. Now my question is why Barack did not say that I am a black. But despite that, I want to do something for you. Why he did not make this speech? Why?
No, you are putting it correctly that yes, there is a secularism card that must be played. But the Congress party has been known for playing a secular card. Still,
Every political
they
party
were
plays
not
a
able
secular
to
card. Every
proclaim
political party.
Sonia Gandhi as.
I must tell you one thing. Narendra Modi does not wear only one cap. Out of all the caps, he does not only wear one cap. And except that cap, he wears all the caps belonging to every community, belonging to several communities. So the point I am trying to make is Narendra Modi is also secular except to some extent. He says, wherever he goes, he says that I wish I could have taken birth in this place. Now, suppose I believe that he may not say in America, I wish that I could have taken birth in America. Now you'll say, oh, I am not in India. It is not national politics. Oh, sorry. So the point I am trying to make is that any person can become the Prime Minister of India if a political party projects that person, and for that you have to manifest that
Even a non-Hindi speaking person.
I must tell you one thing, that I am been reminded of the tragic story of Pranab Mukherjee, who was very much capable of becoming the Prime Minister after the demise of Indira Gandhi, but some way a pilot became the Prime Minister of our country from nowhere. I understand that, but I must say that yes, non-Hindi speaking, it is tough because yes, if the person can speak Hindi in a manner to which the Hindi speaking belt can relate to, that person can become.
No, for example, Manmohan Singh did not speak Hindi. His speeches were written in Gurmukhi or in English. He read that in Hindi.
Did Manmohan Singh ever spoke?
Yes.
Did Manmohan Singh ever spoke? I don't know that whether he has ever
No,
spoken
at least
or not.
whatever speeches he gave in Hindi,
Whatever he has spoken, yes, yes.
mostly his speeches were in English. But even if he gives a speech in Hindi, his speeches were written in English or Gurmukhi. So his Hindi was not that good. Still, the public kind of accepted him. अच्छा ठीक है.
But you see one thing, I must tell you one thing that before 2014, if I am just been able to recall correctly, then I can tell you one thing that before 2014 or not before 2014, after Vajpayee, those who became the Prime Minister of our country, they primarily belong to the Gandhi family, means Gandhi family in the sense they owe allegiance to Gandhi family, loyal to the Gandhi family, and interestingly enough and surprisingly enough, the public was also very much attracted to the Gandhi family. But I don't know why people lost faith in the Gandhi family. So Manmohan Singh became the Prime Minister of our country because Gandhi family wanted him to become the Prime Minister.
And the people accepted it because of the Gandhi family. So, the crux of this meeting is that even if a person is of non-Indian origin, he is of a foreign origin, he may have a chance of becoming the Prime Minister if he has been accepted by the public on a popular vote basis, like Narendra Modi got into power. But if he is chosen by somebody else, by the party itself, I believe there is a less chance of him becoming the Prime Minister. In the case of a Muslim or a Christian person becoming the Prime Minister, there too, kind of the same logic applies because the parties themselves won't be choosing a person of these communities to head the government by taking some kind of jhagda from the public. And in the case of a South Indian or an East Indian, as you mentioned, that if there is a person who has that much leadership quality as Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, then a person from these areas too, of these states too, can grab the power of the Prime Minister.
I would like to add here that I would say that it is all about the perception in the public mind. If a person has been able to create that perception that yes, I am your leader, I am there for you, I think anyone can become. But
No, I said this because the perception still exists that we
the
have been
perception, you
persecuted
see
by
one
the
thing,
British.
I told you one thing that Gandhi became the conscience of the public because the public was being able to relate with him. So I believe that a political party will project you if the political party is finding that yes, this is the person with whom the public can relate to. So the point I am trying to make at the end is this, that it is all about the perception, it is all about the narrative, it is all about the rhetoric. It is not about the logic. Logic only happens when you are dealing country to country basis. But if you are willing to convince the public and especially Indian public, you have to have that charismatic speech. And I believe that if anyone is having that, yes, very fine, he can or she can.
तो चलिए खत्म करते हैं.
खत्म करते, नमस्कार.